I'm joined in studio by the County Arts Officer, Siobhán Mulcahy. Siobhán, good morning to you.
Good morning, Alan.
Thanks for being with us. I've no doubt Piping Teenall will feature somewhere on your preview of what's happening. But we're going to begin with Shannon. Tell us what's happening there.
Yeah, so just starting in Shannon, because there's a meet-up happening tomorrow evening at 5:30 in the food court in the Shannon Town Centre, and this is for artists and creatives in Shannon, and they're being invited to a meeting by Creative Places Shannon to come together and have a chat and come up with ideas, maybe what can take place during the programme there, and also what resources that they need as well. So just all creatives are welcome tomorrow evening from 5:30 to 6:30 in Shannon Town Centre there in the food court.
Okay, we'll move on to visual arts, and I am very curious to hear about this first one, Bog Paintings in Scariff.
Yes. So we've got a beautiful exhibition taking place by Katrina O'Sullivan in the Scariff Gallery at the library there, and it's called In Clondorney Bog, and it's an exploration of local peatland. So Katrina's from Tulla herself, and she's a beautiful artist, and she looks at creating lovely artworks, exploring local peatland through drawing and installations crafted from bog plants. So it just, I suppose, brings an appreciation of the value and beauty of our local boglands in County Clare, and I think it's one that will certainly resonate locally there as a beautiful exhibition. And sticking with, I suppose, those sort of environmental issues and landscape issues, there's going to be a fabulous Seaweed Stories taking place in the Courthouse Gallery in Ennistymon, and for the opening of this, Cracking Light Productions, who are based up there in North Clare, have been working with the horticulturist Una O'Dwyer, and they're going to have, I suppose, a chat and inviting the community from North Clare along on Saturday evening. So that's the evening of Easter Saturday there to the Courthouse Gallery and it's going. The exhibition then is going to run until the 11th of April, and they spent 6 months working on this project. And what they have done is they have curated, I suppose, a whole array of print works and various artworks, looking at seaweed and the stories that seaweed can tell us about our local environment as well. So there's print, there's samples, there's photographies, so lots and lots taking place, and there might even be some seaweed treats on the evening as well.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so that's Seaweed Stories in Ennistymon. It's photography in Kilkee?
Yes. So again, this time we have Christopher Quinn, who's going to be exhibiting his beautiful exhibition, Ethereal, which is a photographic exhibition. His first one, Colours in the Landscape, it follows on from this, and this one is called Ethereal. So Christopher is from Ennis, and he fell in love with landscape photography while he was living in the Canadian Rockies. So an interesting starting point, and he's taken some of, I suppose, that interest now back, and he's looking at local landscapes and local, I suppose, local scenes as such. And his exhibition Ethereal, it sort of resonates a calmness and serenity, and really, really lovely photographs. And they're going to be running there in Kilkee up until the 25th of April.
Lovely. I'm imagining some of the beautiful scenery he saw up in the Rockies,
yes.
But the scenery here is even better.
Indeed.
So we're sticking with Kilkee though, because of course Kilkee is like the unofficial home of great films in County Clare.
Yeah, so we have a French one coming up. So again, the first Wednesday of every month. So the 1st of April Fool's Day, we know that, but we won't be fooling anyone. This is a great film that's getting actually great reviews, and it's a real big-hearted feel-good comedy called The Kitchen Brigade, and it tells the story of a chef who leaves her high-end gourmet restaurant to pursue her dreams of becoming a head chef at her own restaurant. It doesn't quite work out, and she ends up in charge of a rundown kitchen, working with homeless and immigrants, and needing to make food for hungry young men. But very, very funny, and really, really charming. And I think our audience down in West Clare are going to really enjoy this one.
Okay, lovely stuff. We will move on to music, and I mentioned earlier on that Blackie O'Connell and Colleen Shanks will be on the West Wind this evening with Joan Hanrahan chatting about Piping Teenall, which is coming up. But you can get the jump on them, Siobhán. You get the exclusive.
Well, I suppose just to mention, they've so much planned over the Easter weekend, and great to see. And this is a festival that has been growing in popularity popularity over the last number of years. So starting on Friday, starts with, as every Friday, in Lucas's Piping Heaven, Piping Hell. But from there ongoing, we have sessions and events. And Saturday in particular, I think, will be of interest to people because at 1:30, leaving from the Height, I believe, the Pipe Band Tattoo is going to be taking place. So this is sort of a parade of pipers that goes down through the streets of Ennis. There's lots happening on Saturday in Ennis as part of the Easter Festival, and this will be one of the key events of that. It'll be followed by a piping workshop in the Clare Museum, and as I say, lots of events happening, including the piping recital then in the back bar at Lucas's, and the main concert in the Old Ground on Saturday evening as well. So best luck to Blackie and all involved with that as well.
Loads happening there. And you did say, Siobhán, you missed it. There was a bit of an open goal miss there. You said it's been growing in popularity. You could have gone for it's been growing in popularity.
Yeah, I could have. I'm not as
anyway, spare my blushes and move quickly on to the next bit of music that's happening.
Just sticking within this very briefly, because no sooner do the pipes start than the concertinas play. And the wonderful Concertine Festival is going to be taking place just after the week after Easter, throughout Ennis as well.
That's another exclusive from Siobhán there. She's getting the jump on my guests who'll be chatting about Concertine 2026 in just a little while.
Yes, indeed. Indeed, they're just coming in, and I leave them to talk about the details, but just to say I always love to see this one, because I no more now than the pipes and any of the festivals, I said, to see the town full of musicians going around carrying instruments.
Great vibe, isn't it?
It's really, really great vibe, and great credit due to all of the committees who work on a voluntary basis over the year, because it doesn't just happen in the week, it does take the year to plan and organise as well. So that's happening in Ennis the following week. Down to Kilrush then, because the Kilrush Choral Society have their annual production coming up in the community school, and this year they're doing the classic Sound of Music. So the tickets are on sale for that now. The hills are alive in Kilrush, or so they say on the poster. So that's going to be running as well from the 7th until the 11th of April in the community school down there. Always a really popular event. So book early is what I would say. We don't want anyone disappointed that tickets are sold out. And then also there's an Easter music camp taking place out in Barntick in Clare Castle, and it's introduction to violin. It's aimed at small children who want to try it out, to get the opportunity to actually play violin or have their first musical experience. So no experience is necessary. The violins are provided, and it's based around fun and just to give children that initial who may not have had the experience to try it out, and that again is running the week after Easter as well. And finally, Saturday the 11th of April, there's a Ceilidh in Cushnahauna. The Star of Munster Ceilidh Band are going to be on there. Always a great night out. So that's when the Easter is over. It's a nice way to spend a night down there in Cushnahauna.
Okay, so once again, very quiet on the music front in Clare, and we'll move on to crafts, and we're returning to Kilkee. Yeah, so we're going to the Scariff for this one, Alan. Apologies. So Saturday morning, the 11th of April again. So it's kind of after the Easter holidays. Nature craft classes are going to be taking place there at the East Clare Co-op. And that's going to be a seasonal craft class running right through from April into October, working with leaves, paper making, flower pressing and botanical dye making. So that's up there in Scariff. And then also the museum on the same day here, the Clare Museum in Ennis, are running a traditional straw mobile. It's led by Polish artist Anna Scanlon. So she's going to work with people to create your own geometric straw mobile on Saturday the 11th. But going back to Kilkee, we'll finish in Kilkee because Clare Crafts are having their the first this year of their craft fairs taking place in Cultural in Sweeney, and that's on Easter Monday. So just to let people know, it'll run from 11 to 5 in Cultural in Sweeney there, and they're going to be having a number of craft fairs in Kilkee, but the first of those takes place on Easter Monday. So if you're down Kilkee for the weekend, lovely way to see off the weekend on the bank holiday. Okay, lovely stuff. Loads happening, and well rounded up as ever by Siobhán. Thank you very much. Let you catch your breath now, and we'll chat to you again soon. That's the County Arts Officer, Siobhán Mulcahy, with us on Morning Focus.